Welcome to Body Studios. My name is Lucinda, and I'll be leading the Pendulum class this evening. We've offered it remotely and in person, and what we're doing is gathering course content so that we can have a recorded version of a variety of subjects so that students and members can access it. All right? So tonight, pendulums. Wow, pendulums, that seems pretty far out there. When you think about metaphysics, when you hear that word, okay, what is it that you understand about that word? What is that like prompting you? Do you have an idea of what it means? Okay, go ahead.
Spiritual realm. Yes.
Exactly. It's about philosophy. It's a philosophy of all that aspects. Okay. So it's more like, what do you believe about it? Oh, that's cool. Here's what I believe about it. Oh, okay, great. So you're in the energy, the quantum field of it. So when you are in the philosophy of something, you are determining how it operates. All right. And so you're going to share your philosophy with others. Well, this is how it works for me. So they'll try it, but they'll refine it and then they'll do it for themselves. It's the same thing that you're doing all the time. We're just sharing philosophies and you're doing application. All right. Now, pendulums is energy. All right. So tonight we're going to study the theory behind your connection to the energy that you're accessing to have the answer come through on the pendulum and how that all works. Okay. Part of it is understanding how it comes through because it's the energy that you normally work with anyway. So you're not getting extra energy. You're in your field, you're asking your field questions, and your field is giving you the information back. Okay? So the best thing you can do when you have a divination tool is to make sure that you clear the divination tool, but clear the filter too. Okay, just a little bit extra. Okay, so clear the filter too. All right, then you get centered. All right, so tonight we're going to start with this meditation. The meditation is what I call a drop-in meditation. It's very energetic, and the reason that we're going to do this is so that you can really connect to your energy centers. You have several different energy centers. You have the prana aspect of energy centers, which are the chakras. And so the chakras chakra means in Sanskrit, spinning wheel of energy. All right. And if I go like this, which way is it spinning for you? The right way. See, got it? That's how that works. And then in the meridian speak, it's called dantians. All right. So the dantians are those energy points that would coincide with like acupressure and different things where you could push and get a sizable amount of energy flow and explode it into the area like that and through the elements. Okay. So we're talking about focus and intention. We're talking about directing energy. We're going to move into a state of allowance to understand that when we are receiving the information, it isn't something that we don't know. If it's something that we don't know, we're going to be like shocked. Your mind's going to go blank. You might drop whatever you're holding. That's shock. Okay. When your mind goes blank and you don't have any thought, you're in shock. That's why when you see people who are in an accident or things like that, they'll go ahead and they'll cover them up. They're trying to get the body to behave the way that it's supposed to in its normal pattern to create the warmth, because like all that comes from all these juices. And when nothing's going on, nothing's going on. All right. So shock is when you have no value up here. Think about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin understanding that you already know the answer to every question you want to ask. That's going to put your head into a different space. All right. That means that when you go to use your pendulum, you're going to use it for refinement work. All right. You might get an answer, but your pendulum can shift the energy behind it through your intention. Okay. And that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you not only that, but I want to leave an open-ended initiation attunement to any apparatus that you choose to designate as pendulum. All right. So what that means is that you'll be attuned to the ones you brought, but you'll also be attuned to anything that you want to use. All right. Then we're going to go through the kinetic aspect of it. Now, kinetics are about your body. Okay. And because your body is part of the filtering system of your energy, right? Because you have less than 1% as your physical mass, and you have over 99% as your energetic mass. Okay. Now, your energy mass is reading the pendulum, but so is your physical mass, because your physical mass wants to get in there, wants to go ahead and give you the answer. So your hand might go like this, and you'll be like, stop. Your energy is trying to communicate with you. Don't stop the process. Just realize you could probably be a bit stiller. Okay, just take a breath and center yourself. All right, you're not getting a wrong answer. It's guiding you with all the information that it has at hand. Okay, that's all well and good. But if it's only stuff that we already know the answer to, why are we even using a pendulum, right? Okay, now we got to figure out why we're not trusting the energy that we're reading ourselves. So what is it we really want from the pendulum? So it's a divination tool. So we're trying to get outside of what we think or perceive to be a truth. All we have to do is understand that we have this fairly formed perception that this is how it is. And so you set that aside, you say, okay, that's one way to do it. Now give me another way. All of a sudden your energy field is open to possibility. Now you get to start asking questions, real questions about like what vibes with you, where it is that you would like to go, who is it you should talk to? Should I talk to this person? This person hasn't talked to me in 6 months, but man, my heart's really broken. And I'd really like to reach out to them again. Okay, all that energy that you just called in over that circumstance, now you're going to feed that into the pendulum. Pendulum's going to give you a yes or no. Really what it's going to do is it's going to tell you if you're ready to have that intimate conversation that makes you vulnerable. So that's the real question that you're asking, okay? And so the pendulum might go, yes. You'll be like, oh, hello. Because that's not where you're at yet. You're just not there with the pendulum. So now you're going to think, oh, the pendulum's broken. It has to be broken. It's suggesting that I go and do like work. So it can't be right. And then it'll go something like, I'll just ask it again. I'll ask it a different way. Okay, just know what your real question is when it comes to asking the energy. Okay, now keep in mind that when you're asking your energy a question, it is going to give you whatever your focus is, like the biggest percentage of your focusing your vibration. If it is for genuine happiness, all right, maybe a little bit more money, that's what it's answering. Okay, so know where your focus is, know where your energy is. Like, how am I feeling today? Am I off? Am I really into like that guy? Is that guy gonna really call me back? Do I really want to talk to that guy? I don't even want to ask a question about that. Okay, great. Let's ask another question. All that energy is present. We know that now, yeah? We know that everything that we were just tripping on, we're bringing into the swing. And now it's going to be all kinds of things. Is he into me? Yeah. Oh, thank God. Should I clear that energy? Hallelujah. You know, however that's working for you. Just realize that it's mostly intention is what you're doing. Now, the kinetics aspect of it is about your body, your physical form, getting involved with your energy and answering you through command. Okay. What you need to do is learn how to get very centered. And I teach people how to drop down into their heart center, because we make a lot of cerebral decisions about things and we don't involve our heart brain. Our heart brain gets 10 to 20,000 more pieces of information daily besides the cerebral brain. So they're in communication. This is, well, how do you feel about that? I don't know. What do you think? So you guys are in those contemplative states almost all day long. So you're telling yourself a story about how you're feeling or what you're thinking all day long, all day long. So the idea is to figure out what story is prevalent that you want to keep. All right. What's the best story that you're telling? What is the most beneficial to you? All right. And when you find yourself in that space, that's the space that you want to ask questions from. The reason that you ask questions from this particular space is because you're free from result orientation. So it doesn't have to be only one way for you to be able to receive whatever it is that you're asking for. Okay. Whatever answer it is that you're looking for, that you're truly looking for, is going to show up. Okay. You just have to know what you're asking, what you're really asking, where your vibration is, and then what shows up will be a better match because it'll be in recognition. It'll be like, oh, I see that now. I see that's a part of the bigger picture that's showing up. So before you get like a house, you'll probably get a studio apartment, maybe a townhouse, maybe an apartment, and then you'll go into like maybe smaller homes, and then you'll build toward it. Okay, that's what society tells you. When you get into metaphysics, the philosophy is that you could have all that right now, but in metaphysics, we fail to understand that you still need the physical aspects to be met. You need to know where you're at, so that way you know that you can move from this place. Got it? Good so far? Okay, great. So I think that what we'll do is we'll start with a meditation. So get comfortable. If anybody has to use a restroom, you're more than welcome. I know that we got here and we've been sitting for a second, not too long. There's water around the corner right here. If you need water, all right. But the drop down meditation is something that I would like for you to practice. I have it written out. So when I find it on the computer, I'll go ahead and I'll send it to you, okay? But it's a relatively simple meditation. It's one that I really like. So what you're going to do is you're just going to, yes, that's why I wanted that. Like, I thought it was me. I thought I was the one that was just hot there. Thanks.
So exactly.
I'm like burning up. It's all me. You guys are all comfortable and I'm just like breaking. Okay. And now I'm back, Solange. Thank you so much. Hi, Lanisha, too. But that was for Solange, so she'll know she can come back from that break and all that good stuff. You know what I'm talking about. That's my virtual assistant. Okay. Yeah. Well, just to get to where I want to go. Okay. So this is an energetic meditation, all right? What I'm doing right now is I'm putting it into your field so that you can drop into it anytime that you would like. Understand that it is a 10 count. It's very simple, but what I'm doing is I'm going to shift your vibration so that you can understand the purpose of it. The purpose is to hit a gap, okay? The gap will last that long. It will not last very long. But that gap is a total reset to your whole structure. Okay? So close your eyes, and we'll go through a 10 count. First, we're going to do like some deep breathing, and we'll have some prana come in. And when the prana comes in, it'll clear like the debris that's inside, and we'll transmute it into little white butterflies of unconditional love. When we go through the 10 count, you'll concentrate on the areas of the body that I tell you to breathe into. You will relax those areas as you release the breath. When you get to the 10th breath and you release it, you're going to hit a gap. Just stay there. Stay there as long as you like. All right? And when you're all done with the gap, you can open your eyes, okay? But everything will fade away at that point, okay? All right. So get comfortable. Always get comfortable. It's easier to be comfortable. I would like for you to focus on your heart chakra center. That's going to be in the center of your upper chest. All right. Focus on your heart chakra. Bring your energy awareness into your heart chakra. I invite you to bring in a feeling of gratitude. Anything at all that you might be grateful for. There you go. All right. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Hold on to it for a second. Allow it to swirl around inside the body and release. Transmuting all that energy into unconditional love. Deep breath in. With that beautiful prana, clearing away all that psychic debris inside and around, and release. Transmuting all that energy into unconditional love. Deep breath in. There we go. All those shifts. That was really good. A deep breath out. There you go. Really release that. Take a nice deep breath into the top of your head. Release, relax. 1. Take a nice deep breath up into your third eye, forehead. Release, relax. 2. Take a nice deep breath into your cheeks. Release, relax. 3. Take a nice deep breath into your throat and neck. Release, relax. 4. Take a nice deep breath into your feet. Wiggle your toes. Breathe all that air into there and then release and relax. 5. Take a nice deep breath into your legs. Release, relax. 6. Nice deep breath into your hips. Release, relax. 7. Take a nice deep breath into your back. Really expand it. There you go. And release, relax. 8. Take a nice deep breath into the rest of your torso, stomach, and chest. Release, relax. 9. Take a nice deep breath into your hands, arms, and shoulders. And release, relax from the shoulders down the arms and out your fingertips. 10. Continue breathing. Ready? You can open your eyes. So you are the center of your meditation. The beauty is that you're fully connected to your heart center and to your cerebral center. So now you're in heart-brain coherence. What that allows you to do is to move forward in unison rather than duality for whatever it is that you desire. You'll have less of that taffy pull. Oh, I want it. No, I don't. Yes, I need it. No, I don't. Okay, less of that. You feel better. Okay. All right. So now from here, everybody take out the pendulums. All right. So take out your pendulums if you're online. All right. What I'd like for you to do is we're going to hold them between the middle finger and the thumb, any way that you would like, in the right hand. And the reason that we're going to use the right hand is because we want it to give us information rather than us giving it information. So first, we're going to direct the pendulum to do so. All right. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to intention it intuitively. We're going to, you hold it and I'll speak the intention. All right. When the intention's done, you'll just go like this so that way it houses the intention. All right. The action will do it. Okay. So the intention will be, okay, with every answer that I receive, I will have gained greater clarity and release confusion. There you go. Now say this, as above, so below. My pendulum will always know. Be it me or device, I will always be in divine order. Okay, so you'll see, hear, feel, however it is that you receive your psychic or intuitive information, you'll have an understanding. See, it's coming in. I can see it's coming in now. Okay. So now you're aligned with your pendulum. All right. You can put your pendulums back and everything. You do not have to use your right hand all the time. Just your right hand is going to give you the truth from the outside. All
What
right.
does the left hand do?
Ooh, we're going to do that one now.
It tells you the lies you want to hear.
Because we want our devices to work really well. So we want to give them as much information and freedom as possible, right? Because you can get a maybe. Go ahead.
Oh, I want you to mention this.
Oh, okay. So you can get a maybe, and that's fine. But if you're trying to facilitate something happening, you want to ask with your right hand. All right. Okay. If you're asking about somebody coming into your life, all right, and you have this little resistance or trepidation, or you're not really sure, then it would be your left hand, because that means you're doing spiritual work. All right. You're doing inside work. All right. So you'd want to ask with your left hand, so that way you know that your energy has your spirituality in mind in that moment. And your spirituality is going to cover your emotional well-being. It's going to cover all 5 aspects, just the same as your projective information is going to do it. So all 5 aspects are going to be your physicality, how you show up physically, how's your body feel, like what's your body doing right now, okay? How you show up mentally. What are your thoughts? Are they racing? Too many? Are you overwhelmed? Or do you not have enough stimuli? That sort of thing. Emotion, like where are your emotions at? Are you all over the place with this information that you're trying to receive more for, right? So if you're all over, you're just going to keep getting more of that. So don't do that. That's the clue. Don't do that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move into the spiritual nature of the pendulum. All right. So what we did was we aligned with the divine masculine. All right. So the divine masculine energy is about doing, action, passion. It is the facilitation energy. So if you're going to clear anything, you'll need to decide which way, anti-clockwise, all right, or clockwise, you would like for your pendulum to spin when you clear a person, place, or thing. Okay. We'll come to that in a minute, but that's what you'll use your right hand for, because you're facilitating with it. All right. You can clear energy fields. There's like 5 different energy fields that you can clear on properties. There's just like so much. Okay. And you'd be surprised. You can go home, you can clear the fields in your house, just like, right? So if you're going to use a pendulum, just use the pendulum. Just really use the pendulum. All right. So we have the spiritual nature of why we ask for things. Usually it is to bring us into a level of comfort that we don't feel is being met at this particular time. So when we have an ask or a desire that we're throwing out there to the universe, what happens is the universe answers us in several different ways. It shows up physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and energetically for us. And when we pay attention to those 5 aspects and we answer it in kind, it makes it easier for us, because we move right into processing the nature of whatever it is that we think we don't have enough of. Okay. Now, as a pendulum on the left-hand side, a pendulum on the left-hand side is great for like shadow work. Okay. If we'll attune it first, but no, we'll attune it now. I think we should attune it after. Obviously, a conflict of interest between us. I kept wanting later, and they're like, now. Okay, so we'll do it now. All right. So just go ahead and hold the same position. All right. The reason that we're using the middle finger is because it is not a designated finger. All right. So you have your pinky, which is usually in a promissory note. This is like your ring finger. So you're usually in a relationship. This is your identification finger. And this is your marsupial thing. No, anyway. So like, but this just creates less pressure. It's in the middle of the, yes.
Okay, so my question was, well, since it's a necklace is really long, like, is there any like balancing difference that I'm doing? Like, if I'm holding like this, or should I hold it all the way from up the top?
Oh, so what I like to do is I'll wrap it around that finger, and then I'll hold it wherever I want, wherever it's comfortable for me. Yeah.
Okay.
So these I made 9 inches. All right. And they're nice. They're good. They're a good size. These are well-rounded pendulums. These were made so that that way they could do everything that we're learning here. Okay. Some pendulums are a bit shorter. Okay. And you can still use them in all of those aspects. But this one has 9 inches. 9 is a final, like it's the end of the numerology and all that. So that's why these are made that way.
Okay.
Now, if I wanted to use it and I wanted to wait, that's a long time to wait for it to stop doing whatever it's doing. So I'll hold it like that. I'll go like this, and then I'll wait until like I get to where it is that I want it. And I'll make sure that I'm not like doing anything with it. And I'll find my center. Wow, it likes to do stuff right now. Okay, so it's just, okay, so for me, I'm gonna ask it to show me yes, right? We'll go through this. All right, we'll go through this. So for me, so you can see my body clearly moving it, right? My body is moving it. I'm not trying to do it, but my body is moving it. So my yes is side to side with this particular pendulum. All right, so body show me no, obviously, or show me no pendulum. So now my no is like my whole body is just screaming to move all over the place, and I'm trying not to let it, right? So now the pendulum is still, it's a little bit, can't make up its mind, stopping. What are you gonna do? So it's still going side to side. So for this one, I haven't attuned myself to it. So I have one. Bless you.
Thank you.
She's very relaxed.
She's very
Chilled
good.
out.
She's have the energy skin. I carry around.
So like I said, you can use anything. So I have like a necklace that I'll use, but I use it for like everything.
So like,
And
does
so
that other
I'll
one not
hold
work?
it. It'll work, but the thing is that I'm selling that one, so I don't want to put my juju on it. I already have my juju on it. Anybody who buys those will get the answers that they want. That's how it's all set up, but I don't want to rock that by making it a personal one. I have one, so I could get that and that would work. Okay, so for me, because this is way too long for me to work with, so I'll just grab it right here and I'll run it around my finger for a second, and then I'll just hold it right here. And then I'll just ask it, I'll say, okay, pendulum, show me yes. Okay, so let's see what my yes is. So my yes is round in an anti-clockwise circle, right? Pendulum, show me no. Straight back and forth. Okay, great. So that's mine. And I always know that that's what it is. So that's how I find it, but that's what I do.
Okay, yeah.
Heck yeah, because you gotta just like whatever is comfortable for you to make it easier. Okay. Everybody hold your pendulums out with your left hand. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do that same centering, only it's already in your field, okay? So what I'm gonna do is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, see how the energy is for you right now? So you're very in tune with your inside, all right? Feels very heart-centered where you're at right now. So the attunement that we're doing is to your spiritual energy, your feelings, your emotions, like how you feel about things, okay? So if you're in an emotional state, before you do the reading with the right hand, you would clear with the left hand by finding out which the emotional is. Like, do I have any emotions that are attached to this question that I'm asking? Then you would go ahead and you say, do I need to clear this before I ask the question? All right. And then you would just go through that series of questions to ask if you're ready to ask the question. You really need to know where you're at when you're asking a question, if it is a personal issue. All right. Okay. So we already have the other in place. That's your, okay, do this. You just said it. You didn't know that, but you just said it again, okay? We just took it and said it again. It's easier that way. All right. Okay, great. Now pull it toward you. Okay. How's it feel against your heart? Pull it against your heart. How's that feel? Comfortable? Does anybody have any aversion or adversity, resistance? Everything feel pretty good? Okay, great. Now we're going to move into the kinetics aspect of it, okay? So that you can see how your body connects with the energy that you're reading, okay? So I believe that I've shown quite a few people who are here, and I think that tonight we're really going to drill down into it, so that way you walk away with this tool. It's a really important tool, and it's a way to make it to where nobody can ever lie to you again. That's not always great though. Keep that in mind, all right? Because they can't lie to you now, all right? You let them, all right? And understand that that is a choice. When you show up and somebody can't really tell you what you perceive as the whole truth, they're showing up and telling you what they're able to tell you and share with you. So just understand that when it comes to like the reading stuff, okay? They're going to present themselves in their best possible light, like we all do. So the idea is just to understand that, oh, they haven't hit that benchmark of their spiritual truth yet. How far do I want to engage? That's your indicator right there, okay? All right. Okay, so you can hold on to your pendulums in your right hand or your left hand, but what you're doing is you're going to be feeding them information and energy, all right? And all you're doing, the reason that you're doing that is because you want it to understand how you think and how you feel. So all of your emotions that you're feeling right now, we're putting them into your pendulum, okay? You feel them coming down your arm into your pendulum, okay? But we also want your energetic signature because we want this tuned in to just you. So that way you don't have any ambient energy just jumping in trying to give you the funky answers, okay? So let's do that, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to put your physicality, how you feel about the world physically. Just clean that up. That might have been a little too down there for a second. Okay. Transmute that energy into live like butterflies, unconditional love. I like that. That's good. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the physicality. The physicality of it is how the energy is going to show up in your body. Okay? So if you have any aches and pains, you pick up the pendulum, you'll be able to clear them. Get it? All right? Any aches, anything like that that's going to be inside your body is trapped energy. So we're just going to give it an intention and a focus. We're going to say, okay, so I want my hand to, well, feel better. Yeah, no kidding. No, I want my hand to release that energy. Do I need to know anything more about that energy? Is that energy holding me back because of something I said to somebody the other day? Well, if that came up, yeah. Like if you think that's what it is, yeah, that's really what it is. It comes up for a reason. Okay. All right. So now let's turn our physical form into our pendulum. All right. So you go ahead, you can put your pendulums down, but hold them in your hand. You don't have to suspend them or anything. I just want you to be in contact with them. All right. So, oh, okay. So there goes my pendulum. Okay. All right. So you're good. You're good, honey. You're fine. Okay. So I was taught the kinetics in a variety of ways. I was taught through my Reiki master, Lisa Powers, and she has a great way of looking at it, and I like hers. And then Janice, my former business partner, she taught me some things, and I really like that as well. And then since then, I've picked up a lot more information along the way about how our body reacts to the energy when it's really trying to communicate with us. So just becoming aware of the difference between your energy and somebody else's energy will change the way that you make your choices, knowing how involved you are in those choices, okay? Now, the kinetics aspect of it is how your body moves with the energy when it gets the information. That's kinetics, all right? So how do you want it to move? What do you mean, Liz? Well, I just want to ask my energy for information, and I don't want to I want to work real hard. So, so let me see what that looks like. All right. So I'm going to do that drop down meditation. Only I'm just going to go right there. Now I know where my center is. So I'm going to drop into my center. I'm going to allow my body to feel like it's suspended on a string or a chain. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to decide to relax it enough to allow it to sway, pull, bounce, whatever the heck it's going to do when I give it a command. So the command that I'm going to suggest to my body is going to go like this. Okay, so I'm gonna put my feet on the ground so that way I know that like I can take a step if I need to, but I'm not gonna fall. I'm very safe. I'm meeting my needs. Everything's okay. So I'm just gonna get all relaxed. Find my heart center. Yeah, when I drop in, huh? Okay, so I'm in my heart center, and now I'm just gonna say, okay, so body show me yes. Body show me yes. Body show me no. Okay, so my body show me yes is backwards and to the right, and my body show me no is forwards to the right. So that's my body show me. All right. Now everybody has this. It's not something that only some people can do. What it is that you're allowing your body energy to tell you physically a story. That's it. Your story is the answer to your question. Body show me yes, body show me no. So we're all going to practice this, but I need a volunteer. Is anybody willing to be my volunteer right now? Maybe try this out. Yeah, you want to? Okay, come on over. All right. Yay, Kareem. All right. Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Okay, so we're gonna allow the camera to be between us. Okay, you'll face me, I'll face you. Okay. All right. So what I'd like for you to do is to focus on your heart center. Just really focus on your heart center. Allow your shoulders to relax. There you go. Allow there to be a string through your body. All right. Like you're connected to the ground and you're connected to source energy, so you're not going to fall. And as you relax, say these words out loud and let your body go in whatever direction. Say, body show me yes.
Body show me yes.
Okay, so it was kind of like you got pulled forward.
Mhm.
Okay, and now just get in that center again and relax one more time. All right, and say, body show me no.
Body show me no.
So yours goes backwards. Okay, all right, so you're solid.
Good.
Good job. Good job. Okay, so now it may look simple, but the thing is if you haven't done it before, it's really hard to trust your body. But if you can't trust your body that's most connected to your energy, you're not going to be able to get a true read on your pendulum. So first you got to know how the energy comes in, how you filter it. Then that way, all the connections that you've made and the attunement that you have to it can really, really help you out. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to come up and try it? No? Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
So my yes was forward and my no is backward. Is it always going to be the same answer for me, or does it change dependent on?
That's a really good question. So yes, it changes. Sometimes it changes because it's telling you that you've overused it. All right. Sometimes it changes because it's resetting itself and now you're going to get a different impression or a different signal that shows you what your new yes and no is. If you get it's suggested, very strongly suggested, that any time that you start to do any kind of the kinetic work that you're hydrated. You need to be hydrated. If you're not hydrated, it'll switch. All right, it'll switch. So
What'll
that's
switch?
something-
The yes and
the
no?
yes and no will switch.
You won't know it.
And you won't know. You won't know.
So you'll get wrong
So
answers.
exactly, because your body needs to be. You need to meet your
Balance.
needs. You need to meet your needs. That's the first thing, right? So if you're gonna pull your pendulum out, you want just like a real quick question, and you're very comfortable with it. It's not going to take you that long because you put in the work, right? So you understand how the energy communicates. All right. when you're doing the kinetic work, all right, the kinetic work is exactly what we're doing right now. It's also the kinetic work of the pendulum itself. The information is always out there, and we're going to focus in the best possible vein for what it is that we want to retrieve and experience. So all of your questions can be answered yes. All right. So understand that. Okay. The idea is that you're deciding what you wish to have in your experience. That's what you're finding out from the pendulum. All right. And the inclination or the inspiration that comes through for you to go ahead and ask the questions about that particular experience is because the opportunity is beginning to present itself energetically to you. So you're making those decisions. So when you have things on your mind, it's natural. You're having them on your mind because you're getting ready to have that experience. All right. It doesn't always go that way, but it's usually a good indicator if you have something on your mind, like if you have somebody on your mind that is giving you grief. All right. It's difficult to get outside of those thought processes and think kindly of that individual because you're so deep in the experience, right? When you are out of the experience and the experience is over, you can put it into a very different package to where you feel more comfortable with it. Oh, well, I was just going through this. And then I found out that that was a trigger for me. And so when I worked through that, then I was able to move into acceptance over this individual and blah, 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 blah. You can do it any way you want. But mostly we're learning about ourselves inside when we're doing the pendulum. We're learning about what our needs are, what we think we want, all of the bells and whistles to make our life perfect. All right. Now, what you're doing is you're asking for the pendulum to be your solid fact finder. Okay. So you have to be your solid fact finder. The pendulum can help you, but it can only ascertain what you're willing for it to answer. Okay. Does that make sense?
I have a question
Sure.
on the body question, answering it yes or no. Is that was because you're using your body as a pendulum?
Well, what we're going to do is yes. That's perfect. Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Okay, that's
And
what
so
that
what you're doing-
experience was.
Yes, that's what the experience is. We're all going to practice it. We'll just stand beside our chair so we'll be out of the camera. Okay. So what I'll have you guys do is I'll have you all stand up, stand if you can. All right. I'm going to turn this camera off. Hold on. I'll pause the recording for a second and change cameras. Move this. There we go. And then we'll. Sorry about that, Lanisha. Have everybody standing up. Okay. Here we go. Then I'll do this. And there it is. Okay, so now what I'd like for you to do is get real comfortable, okay? What I mean by that is check in with your body and find out like if there's any aches and pains and start relaxing through them. Let everything fall to the earth. All right. Everything that falls to the earth is going to transmute into little white butterflies of unconditional love. So you're just dropping all that baggage off and letting go. There you go. All right. Now, in that centering that you're going to do, you're going to use this area right here. And the reason that you want to use this area is because this is your divine feminine, masculine core center. All right. So everything that you do is a combination of divine, masculine, feminine. And when you're operating from your heart center, it's balanced in both spirituality and in physicality. All right. So the idea is that when you're here, that you drop a string down to the earth from there and you send one up to your belief system. All right. Now you have that beautiful core in the middle of where you're at. Okay. Are you able to follow me like this, Lanisha?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a beautiful core that's being built that you just built because you've connected to the earth for information. You're an elemental child. So you're fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air already. So you're very connected. See how deeply connected you are? And then we'll just bring that energy up into your heart center. And then we'll go ahead and we'll connect to your belief system. So whatever your belief system is, solidly say, that's it, cool. And then say connect and bring it down. There you go. Perfect. And then bring it down into your heart center. Now you'll kind of feel like you can move around like a puppet a little bit, okay? And it's called a standing meditation in Qigong, all right? So we're using Qi energy moving right now, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to say out loud with your eyes closed, body show me yes.
Body
Body
show me
yes.
And let your body go in whatever direction it's going to go in, okay? And did everybody have a reaction?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. So now we're going to do the body show me no. All right. So center again, really go into your heart center, drop the string down to the earth, connect to your belief system, connect. There you go. Bring that down into your heart center. And then you say, body show me no.
Body
Body show me
no.
no.
All right. And now, is that a different reaction than the first reaction?
No, I got the same one.
You got the same one. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do is just really center in your heart, Okay. So you're trying. Okay. So don't try, allow. That's the difference. So trying will create resistant energy. Allowing will allow it to come. It'll flow. Okay. So you're trying to get it right. Forget that. I did good. Okay, forget that, all right? That's, I guess, my new F-bomb. Okay, so I'm just getting over myself. Hold on. Okay, so, all right. So the idea is that in trusting yourself, okay, that's your resistance right now. So using a pendulum isn't going to work right off the bat for you. So we're moving through the resistance so that you can get to where you become comfortable asking an apparatus for an outcome. Okay, so all we're doing right now is we just want to read like where your energy center is. Okay, so let go of the leash. Okay, she'll be fine. Okay, so ready? So find your center. All right, and say out loud, body show me yes.
Body show me yes.
All right, and now recenter again. Drop the string down to the earth. Allow the other one to connect up at the top. System. There we go. From your heart center. And say out loud, body show me now. But you almost got pushed. That was good.
It was almost like kind of that way, not
Right.
quite straight, but still
Yeah.
forward.
Okay, so it's okay. So it can be in any direction, but there are sometimes almost imperceptible differences. But it does try to communicate with you. Since you possibly would rather have a less definitive yes or no mark. Do you see what I mean? Where like you live in gray area a lot. All right. So you'll be satisfied with that. See the difference? Whereas when you get a true definitive, you want answers. So that's the difference in energy that you're accessing. Doesn't make it right or wrong. That's just where you access. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Better?
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
My response was like 3 circles, but I don't know if it's 1 circle that I'm waiting for to be finished with the answer, or if it's the 3 circles.
Okay. Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Let's find out. So what was it? Was it body show? Wait, first you got to get, you're tight right here again.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, it's
okay.
okay. You just were tight for a second. And
Okay.
so like you got loose real fast. Okay,
Okay.
that's good. So just find your center. And then when you're ready, you give the command of body show me yes, and then body show me no. Okay.
Can I just say it
Yes,
quietly, or do you want me to say it out loud?
Well, the reason that we're saying it out loud in this particular exercise is because we're going to learn to internalize it through our mind's eye to where we can have an impression or a voice inside of us without anybody knowing. We don't have to do this all day long.
That's what I'm
to
saying,
get
because
an
mine's
answer.
3 and I'm
So
going to
first
be
we
dancing.
need, yeah, right.
You know what I
So the
mean?
first-
So-
yeah, exactly. So the first thing we want to do is we want to establish, so when we do an outside command, we're going to have an outside
Reaction.
performance. Okay. Then we're going to do an inside command and we're going to have an inside performance because we need to train our energy to answer us the way that we would like for it to. Yeah. To where we want to get so good that we just pick the pendulum up and we know what the answer is. That's how good we want to get. All right? Right? Heck yeah. Why wait? Instant society. All right, ready? So when you're ready,
Somebody show me yes.
apparently it's 3.
Somebody show me no.
The circles are going a different way.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Sorry.
That has to be the best. That's the best. They just want to make sure you got, you know it's different. That's good. That is so good. That's great. Okay. All right. Yes.
Both times my yes was real gentle, but then my no was like,
Absolutely not.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
no is like absolutely not.
Okay, so will that change up or is that kind of?
It will soften. So sometimes it softens to where like you'll start to feel, I want to say trepidation. It's not exactly fear, but there's a little bit of hesitation, resistance, fear sort of stuff, but it's not real. That, and that is just telling you that your indicator needs to get reset. So that means you probably need to meditate, you need to clear your field, you need to look at, see like what your surroundings are offering you. Where's your headspace at? How are you emotionally? Before you dive into doing any kind of divinity, you need to really connect to your belief system, pull it in with your protection and the value that you hold it in, right?
Wait, was that answering like, so if the
Yeah.
no was so extreme, like if like that means you need to center back to.
So if you have an extreme answer, is that what you're asking?
Well, I guess in the practice right now. So we did a yes, and she said it was like soft for the yes, but like it was like really hard for the no. But does that mean something in general?
Uh-huh. Watch. I wasn't gonna front her off, but I'll do it for you, Bailey.
Oh.
Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Do you like when you get told no?
No, not at all.
You get it?
Very bad about
Okay, I was wondering if that meant something. So
Yes,
and
so
then,
for me it does.
so how often should we like? Because you said. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Everybody's reaction is a reason. There's a reason for it. I'll do it for everybody if you want me to, but
Okay.
like, yeah.
So it's not the same for everybody. but the reason
No,
why the
it's
no was
absolutely
so-
not the same.
so-
Absolutely not the same. So what you're doing is you're reading your own energy signature, okay? And if you're reading your own energy signature, you're not reading somebody else's energy signature. We'll get into that too. We're going to do that too. All right. To where like you'll see the difference between yours and theirs, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm solid. Get out of mine.
So because if my no was so strong too, that doesn't.
Do you like no?
I don't know. Like that's a hard question. I see both sides of everything, so I feel like I don't know.
Are you like a Libra?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the
Yeah,
idea, right, so the
decision maker
idea,
on that.
right, so the idea is to understand that you still don't like the word no,
Uh-huh.
because you're doing things that are maybe not in the conditioning of the environment you were raised in,
Okay.
okay? And so you're stepping outside of what your paradigm was, and you're exploring things. So you're looking for answers, and no isn't really among the answers that you're looking for. You're not actually looking for a yes, you're more exploring like your surroundings and your expansion, and it's very philosophical for you. All right. So your no is to keep you safe. That's what it feels like. No, don't dive that way.
Oh, so it's really like trying to let me know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so when you said that we should practice this again to know for yes or no to changing, like
Right.
how often should you do that? Because I know you said that if it's overused, does that mean that like, oh, I'm not trusting that this is my yes and this is my no?
Exactly,
So-
because like we'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll continue to pepper the field with that same doubt. So keep in mind when you're asking a question, you're introducing doubt into the field. So if you get a succinct answer, yes, and then you don't accept it, and you try to get the other answer by working the question, you're feeding that whole situation doubt the
So
whole
now that you
time.
entered doubt, now you have to reset the system in general.
Absolutely, because you've overfed it carbs, and it doesn't need carbs. It works well with no sugar. Good?
Good, yeah, that's good.
Okay, great. I'm really happy. Great questions. Thank you so much for helping me with this. It's really important. I appreciate that. Okay, great. So now we know why we have to reset, because there's just a lot of information that you start to feed into the exchanges that you have. All right, so you guys can all have a seat. Okay. Okay. So now you guys are attuned to your pendulums. All right. Does anybody have a burning question that they really need the answer to? All right. Okay. Do you have your pendulum?
No, I still want to ask. Can we
Yes,
start the recording?
I'm still recording.
Okay, just wanna make
I'm
sure.
gonna, I'll pin the other one.
You're hurting me up.
Here we go.
Now it's-
Is that better?
Does
Yes.
this mean anything if like
Yeah, it's good.
your pendulum got a knot?
If it what?
Got a knot and it's like, form,
Uh-huh.
does that mean something like it's not gonna work properly?
You can take the knot out,
Yeah.
so that's not gonna hurt it.
Okay.
Right? But if it has a knot, it's, I think it's just because of how you're holding it. It doesn't, right now, I'm checking into the energy of your pendulum. Your pendulum is not crying because it's been misused or anything like that. It is trying to communicate something with you. I don't know if it's going to tie a knot for you to show you what no is, but it's definitely going to answer your no's when you need it. So
Okay.
yeah, but I don't know if that's because of the knot, but I just checked in to see like what kind of communication you're getting. Is that interesting?
Yeah. I didn't know if if there's a knot now, should you make sure everything's clear before you start using it?
Absolutely. That's what we're going to go over right now. So right now we're going to go over the tool. Okay.
But it
So-
wouldn't mean nothing big, like don't go gamble or anything like that. Right?
Why not?
Oh,
Why not?
It
That's
would
how I would love to test my theory like that. I would be like, today's a great day to gamble. Hey, Manuel, we're down. Let's go.
I just
In
want to know
fact-
when it's good to gamble. That's it.
Okay, then that's good, right? And then, if it moves in the wrong direction, oh, we need to clear before we go. That's what that means. Heck yeah, that's all
I already
that
put the money in.
is. That's great. Okay, so if you have like any of those questions, why don't you go ahead and tune into your pendulum, all right? Okay, and ask one of the questions. Don't ask it out loud. Go into your mind's eye, all right? Bring up all the information that you can about the situation you're asking about, okay? So if it is about a person, bring up the situation that you're in with that particular partnership, that relationship of yours, okay? Whatever the relationship is, okay? Go into that energy, all right? And ask what you really, really want to know. Like, what do you really want to know, okay? All right, that first question, you already know the answer to, okay? So you already know the answer to that question. Keep in mind, you already know the answer. You know the answer. So now, which way is your pendulum swinging? Anytime you use a pendulum, you need to give it a little bit of body. You can start with it completely stopped, all right? But the thing is that it still is going to have to swing, okay? Show me yes. So it goes around to the right for yes for me. Okay, show me no, straight back and forth right there. Okay, great. So interesting, right? Pick one up and it'll all work. I just didn't want to, but it's perfect. Okay. All right. So now that you have established like what your yes is, okay, for your body, most likely your pendulum is going to swing in a very similar direction. Okay. It's going to be maybe a little bit more forceful, might be a little bit more anything. You're just looking to see, all right, what yes looks like to you. All right. So just say, show me yes.
Show me
Show me
yes.
yes.
Okay. And now internally say, show me yes. Okay. And if internally changes it, like mine did, then there's two different pendulum markers that you have going on, which is great. That means you have the outward one and you have the inward one. And that should be pretty solid. Everybody should have that. And they might be almost exactly similar. Okay. So don't worry about that. That's just like where you're at. Okay. All right. So now let's look at some test questions, right? So one of the test questions would be like, is my first name blah, blah, blah. And then you can use a yes or no, however you want. Okay. Let's see, is my name Larry? And it's just a solid no. Okay. Is my name Lucinda?
No,
But it's starting to go around to the right already, so we're good. Okay. So those questions, the qualifying questions, allow you to tune in more deeply to your yes and your no in your pendulum. Plus, you'll begin to read nuances in your field about how you're receiving the yes. Maybe it'll be like, oh, it's not a solid yes. Maybe it's kind of a soft yes. Okay. That's telling you something. All right. So now you're going to use your intuition. You're going to check into it. Do I need to know more about that? Yes. What do I need to know about that? All right. Then you just open yourself up to whatever the possibilities are, because the pendulum will bring the possibilities to your doorstep. That's the beauty of the pendulum. All right. What you're doing is you're signaling to the universe that you require information. All right. And so the universe is going to step up and show you energetically what you need. All right. And as you're in that energy, you'll be better suited to make the decisions and do the clearings. Okay. Now, when you're asking a question, right, and you get centered and then you're holding it in your right hand, because this is going to be for personal clearing. Left is going to be for personal clearing. It's going to be for healing. All right. So any kind of healing energy that you want to do, it's really good to do any kind of clearings that are personal with your left hand, left side. You can let it swing in any direction, but left is because you want to move into a state of allowance and release. Okay. All right. So if I wanted to clear, let's say I'll clear a little boo-boo here. Okay. So I'm just going to come over here and then I'm just going to come around. Thank you so much, sweet. Just a little bit more. I'm going to let the pendulum keep going until the pendulum's done. Not all animals will see how it stopped. Okay, so it was done. So it just stops automatically. So that's easy. Everybody feels that though, right? Everybody felt that like across their back. Isn't that interesting? So you are all entrained into the healing of the boo.
Can you do that to yourself?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And that's the best part, is that now you can pick up almost any object, right? You can pick up almost any object. I'm just taking this because I have it on. But like you can pick up anything, okay? And you can say, wow, okay, so I'm a little off. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so let me see. All right. Okay, so I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try it. All right, so let's see. I guess this finger, right? Okay. Okay. My intention, I'm going to clear myself with this object. All right. My intention, I'm going to gather enough energy to clear myself. Okay. Watch. I'm going to clear you with this. Feels different, yes? Okay. So intention, 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 intention. That's your key. All right. Yeah. That's okay. Go ahead.
What kind of question should you ask for your left hand? For the
Well, for me, I would start with my chakras, and I would do it in correlation to how I was feeling. So if I was like really in my head, or if I was challenging in my belief system, I know I'd be working in my crown chakra. If I was having difficulty seeing the world through love, you see what I mean? And I would look at my psyche, I would look at my third eye. If I felt like my voice was deteriorating, or I didn't feel like I could be my most authentic, genuine me when I was speaking, I would check my throat chakra.
So you're doing like but not really asking a question. You're not, I was wondering if there's a question you're supposed to ask. Like, or, I don't know what question you'd ask if you're doing something.
Right, so it'd be specific, it would really be specific. One of the questions that I would ask is, first I would ascertain where it is in my body. So that's why I was showing you that. Okay,
So you'd ask questions that are yes or no.
exact, they are yes and no.
Oh, you'd have to ask, okay, so.
Is it in my crown?
Oh, okay.
Is it in my third eye? Is it in, then when I get to like wherever it is, then I can say, am I able to clear it? If I get a no, do I need to know more about it? Okay, and if I need to know more about it, I need to really check in. So do I need to do writing? Yes. Do I need to do, how can I, exactly,
Okay.
right? And you can do it, you can use anything
Yeah.
for a pendulum. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because you're just reading, you're using it as a proxy for your body. Okay, good?
When you're doing that for the chakras,
Yeah.
like, can you do like before like you're asking the questions, you want a clearing, can you just kind of balance your chakras out at the same time, kind of within a few minutes, you spend a few times in visualizing the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then clearing them, kind of before you start your questioning to kind of center and ground.
Yeah, great practices start like that. So we did that little mini meditation. So really getting into connection with who you are, super important. Dropping into your heart center, because then that way you know that your head and your heart are going to be connected. That means you're going to be showing up in your 100% capacity when you're asking a question. Clearing yourself, really important. So that meditation does that clearing, but you can also clear the pendulum, all right? You clear the pendulum through intention, all right? You can put it into your left hand, and you put your right hand over it, and your intention is that you wish for it to be free from debris, to be restored to its natural vibrancy and brilliance, and to be the edge that you've been using all along, right? Okay. And so you can make your intention any way you would like. You want to receive what you're putting out. Got it? That's what we're doing. So all those little innuendo things that we do. Okay. All right. Now, when you're clearing, it may go for like a while. Okay. And that's fine. Just let it go. Let it go. And then pay attention to what your body's telling you or what thoughts you're having in your mind. Does it feel clear? Does it seem like there is something a little bit more that you have to do? Well, then there probably is a little bit more that you have to do. So you would pay attention to that. When it comes to asking the questions and getting the answers, right? I would, since you're just beginning, I would start with qualifying questions that you knew the solid, finite answers to. So you can start with your name and stuff like that at first, but then you're going to have to get intelligent because the energy is intelligent. So you'll have to know what your yes is. You'll have to know what your no is in 2 qualifying questions that are not emotionally attached to what it is that you want to ask about. Okay. And then that way, now you've answered all the clinical aspect of it. See what I mean? So you've taken it out of, oh, well, this is what's influencing it into, okay, you're a solid standalone form of divination, and I'm going to use you to read my energy field and the energy that I'm bringing in for this possibility. All right, good. Huh. Okay, so next. So now you have a pendulum, you have a body that can tell you. What I'd like for you to do is to, in your mind's eye, tell your body. What I mean by that in your mind's eye is that you're going to go into your psyche right now. All right, and you're going to have a conversation. We're going to turn on your yes and no. So that way, that's 9:30. Oh, 8:27. Okay, I'm good. I'm going, wow. Disneyland's early. Okay, well, give me 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Solange. It's me again. I'll get back. I promise. Okay. All right. So some of the things that you can do, because she's going to edit it all for me. And so like, here I am. I'm doing it again, huh? Shucks. Okay. So what we're going to practice, because now you guys are aware that you have an energy field, but you're also aware that you have your physicality. Now you're going to marry the two, but we're going to do it internally. All right. Doing it internally is a great hack. It lets you get to visit your yes and no Plus, not anybody can really tell that you're doing it. So you could just be like tall, tight smile. I see you. I see you. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make up coffee over here. You just have yours over there. Good. All right. So that'll help you read energy in situations that are maybe not necessarily beneficial to you. And keep in mind, the universe really does look at every situation as beneficial to you. Every situation is beneficial to you. Every situation is beneficial to you. The universe thinks every situation is beneficial to you. The universe thinks, I don't know if you got it. The universe thinks that every situation is beneficial to you.
Whether you do or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hands down. You don't even come into the equation for that. Okay. So remember, you have like your yes and no that you can do. We're looking for a way to hold it to where it doesn't have any kind of influence. Okay. So you're going to have your influence. You're going to have your pendulum, and then you'll find out what your yes and no. If you get a maybe, that means that the question that you're asking holds two vibrations. It holds two vibrations. So you just got to figure out which one is 51%. That's it. Because that's all you need to be able to shift energy is just the tipping scale. That's all you ever need. Okay? So you just got to find out which one's a little bit better on that side. Okay, so now what we're going to practice is that mind's eye, the mind's eye instruction. I don't know what to call it. Okay, so I want you to center again in your body, only this time become aware of your surroundings and don't allow your energy to touch anybody else. All right, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Be very aware of your circumstance and surrounding. Don't let your energy touch anybody else's energy. Isn't that interesting that you can do this? All right. We don't practice this, but this is very important. All right. So now while you're in your mind's eye, all right, that's your mind's eye. You've pulled all of your energy back. Now you're in your mind. This is your mind. Welcome to your mind. Okay. Isn't that great? Okay. So what I want you to do is inside of your mind, I want you to tell your intellect that it will give you a yes or no answer to a charged question that you're going to ask. And it will need to deliver the truth, not a perception, but the truth. Okay? See how you've done that? Now you're connected right here. This is where all of your intention is built. I want to let you know that, okay? All right here, sacral and soul area. I love this place right here. It's the best creation energy. So now you're super connected. So now you've given instruction to your field, to your body. You want responses, everything in your intellect, in your psyche. All right. So let's do a qualifying question. All right. Now, first thing you say, okay, you're going to answer me with a yes or a no inside my mind's eye. Okay. All right. Yes or no, inside my mind's eye, just do it. Okay, great. My name is, and then insert your real name. And then let me know when you get your yes. Did you get it?
No.
Okay, did you? Did you?
I don't know what. we're looking
Okay,
for.
did you? Did you? Did you get a yes or a no?
Yes.
Did you get a yes?
Yeah.
Or did you not get an answer?
No, I got it.
You got a yes. Yes? You got a no. Okay, so right now you're reversed. You know that, yes? Okay. So and that's how we're gonna find out in this little group, right? We're just gonna find out right now. And I'll just shift everybody. Okay, what'd you get? A yes or no? Was it out loud? No, but you got an impression?
Yes.
And it was a yes, okay. And for you?
I think I did.
You think you did. Okay, so we have 1 and 2. Okay, so go back in. Here's the thing. You talk to yourself all day long. All day long. You're in your head. So listen for your voice. Your voice is going to tell you. Your voice is going to tell you your yes Or, okay, you're yes. Okay, okay, got it?
Yeah, my
Oh.
voice.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, all right, see? Now you're gonna go into your mind's eye and you're gonna say, my name is Anna, my name is Kim, all right? Okay, and is this true? You got a yes? That was good, right? Okay, so now you're just starting a practice that you've never done before. Keep that in mind. You've never done this before. So this is all brand new and it's perfectly fine for you to feel a little discombobulated by it, okay? All right, because like, we didn't know that when we actually talk to ourselves, we're giving ourselves answers. We didn't know that when we're writing that big novel, 68,000 words a day, we had no idea that that's what we were really doing, was giving ourselves answers. Okay, so now what we would like to do, yes, I have this, thank you, babe, good. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we wanna get that no, okay, that solid no. All right, so pick a question that you know that the answer is no. All right, ask yourself inside that question, and if you get that no, then you're solid, then you're all attuned, everything's good, you're ready, okay? Okay, now ask.
They don't answer?
Either way,
Okay.
either way, you could do either one, yes or no. Yeah, you're solid now, yeah? Okay, I figured.
I'm like,
Okay, everybody receive their no's? Okay, now pull your pendulum out, last thing. Okay, now pull your pendulum out. Now ask any question that you would like to ask, okay? Just talk to the pendulum and say, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. I don't know what the answer is. All right, you're just in your mind's eye, you're communicating with the pendulum. I'm relying on you to give me direction. I really need to know the answer of yes or no to this question. And then you ask them that question, okay? Good? Works really well. She just wants to know why. She goes, why?
I have a question.
Sure.
Is the question you're asking more about something that we want clarification on, or we want to know if we should do, or is it okay to ask something about like
Anything you
in the
want.
future? Like,
Yeah,
will
anything
this
you want.
happen?
So you can, anytime you're tapping into energy, all right, that is beyond, all right. This concludes the course content, and we'll move into student discussion and notes.